Okay, hi everyone, welcome back. And in this update, we are going to check out Cardano's price chart, and specifically, we are going to check this move right in here. And I'm going to, in this update, show you the bullish possibility suggesting this is indeed our final low. Now, at the moment, my primary scenario says that we are having most likely a series of 1-2s, meaning this can be a 1 and a 2, and then we're gonna have a good move into wave 3, 4, 5, which on a higher degree it's gonna be into a wave 3 correction for another move up into wave 5. For now, this is going to be my primary case. What is going to invalidate this scenario? You probably know it in case that you are a regular viewer of the channel. A move down from here, or maybe even a bit higher, doesn't matter, in order to take this low about, let's say, 58 cents. So as long as we're not taking this low, I think this can be our bullish possibility. Now, let's zoom in more and see what is happening. And so far, I can tell you that from here to about the lowest low, around, let's say, 64.5 cents, we are having actually a rather clear ABC zigzag. Is this enough for me to be able to say the bottom is in and we can get a move up? No, but here's the thing. I believe we may have some more optimistic size. Let's just do this. Sorry about that one. Okay. If you want to argue that, for example, we're going to have our final low around here, and from here we are going to start a massive uptrend, okay, you must be able to find off of the lowest low a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up. This specific example is a normal 5 wave. Rules for it are, we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4 and in any kind of impulsive structure. Wave 3 should not be the smallest wave, and for our sub waves, you probably know it. We must have 5 wave up into wave 1, 3, and 5. Go. And for wave 2 and 4, we can have different scenarios. It's not really that important. Let's say, okay, WXY into 4 and an ABC structure into wave 2. Now let's go on the live chart and see what is happening. And you want to understand that this is just for the sake of educational purposes, because otherwise I'm not really going to go on such lower time frames. But you know, this is just for sake of education, so I'm thinking it's fine. Let's pay attention to this initial move up off of this low. As you can see, this is quite a strong move to about here. And I think if we go, for example, on 5-minute time frame, we are able to identify the subwaves for an impulse. Let's zoom in more. Okay, so what do we have? I think this one, this is a correction for 2, and then probably, yes, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into wave 3 to about here or here, not really important. Correction for 4, another move up into wave 5, which on a higher degree it's going to be into this wave 3, and this is probably a triangle and A, B, C, D, E to about here into 4, another move up into wave 5. So the fact that off of the lowest low in here in Cardano, we are able to find a 5 wave is definitely a bullish sign. But is it enough? Not yet, and I'm going to tell you why. What is happening after this 5 wave on the upside, starting from here to about this low? I think if this is a correction, we can say it might be, for example, like a flat and a double zigzag, and finding the subwaves in here is a bit tricky, so bear with me a bit. This might be from here to about this point, an A, B, C in form of a flat structure, or maybe to about here. It's not really that important. After it, we may have in here another A, B, C on the upside, and then this might be a W, X, Y in form of a double zigzag, and well, on a higher degree, these are the subwaves for a WXY in form of a flat and a double zigzag. And I know a lot of you are going to say, we don't like a flat and a zigzag, that's not a thing, but it kind of depends of which method of Elliott waves you are studying at the moment. A flat and a double zigzag with an expanded flat into a wave W is definitely a possibility, a rare one. I completely agree with you, but it is possible. Also, pay attention to the general movement on the downside right in here. This is a very slow and choppy move down. Let's compare it to this initial move on the upside. How long did it take for us to have this move? About, let's say, 2000 candlesticks. On the other hand, this move up only took us about 200 candlesticks. So to me, this suggests, despite having way more than enough time in ADA, bears absolutely failed to pull the price all the way back down to these levels, and maybe bulls are at the moment having the upper hand, and we are indeed in here optimistic. Now, if this is in play, okay, we're gonna have on a higher degree a wave 1. This whole move is a correction for wave 2, and this is a very important point to pay attention. We must get a very strong move up in ADA into wave 3 and 4 and 5, because in a 5-wave impulsive structure, wave 3 is usually the biggest wave. That's why I want to say in ADA, if we are optimistic and we are looking great, we must have a very strong move up soon in order to especially get back above this important resistance between, let's say, 80 to about 85 cents, and then we can do above it some consolidation, no problem at all. And after it, I want to see another move on the upside. So in conclusion, in Cardano, we are definitely able to find a bullish possibility suggesting the bottom is in, and I am actually at the moment at least considering this thing as my primary case. And if this is in play, we need to have a big move up ASAP. This is very important, and I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in ADA. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.